Retake, the show all about Rainbow Six Siege. I'm Lisa Dwan here with Rob Flynn. So I heard you had so much fun with Parker last episode that I really wanted to just try this out and see what you're all about. Because apparently you're really good.
I appreciate that. I think I had some fun. Obviously, it's an action-packed week this week on Retake. We have an all-North American dive with the NA mini-major breaking down, and including an interview between me and TSM's own Achieve.
Yes, super exciting. We also got some stats to look at, courtesy of our friends from Siege GG, about the NA major, so we're gonna discuss and break that all down for you.
And on top of that, we have some interesting news coming out of Europe.
Yes, so a name you guys might have heard of, Penta. They announced that they have dropped their roster, however, they still want to stay in Siege and compete. But of course, Penta has a huge name behind them, a huge history. So let's learn more about their history in archives. In its prime, Penta Esports was a titan of the early Rainbow Six scene. The org had the titles to prove it. 4-time European champs, 3 Pro League final trophies, and of course,
known as the best team in the world, never having that distinction until today. Penta are your world champions.
Some of the scene's biggest stars have repped Penta over the years. But what's an org to do when you have to replace Siege's most iconic team? 1 month after moving their squad to G2, Penta chose the Mocket roster as their next step forward. Panics, Hungry, Sir Boss, Raven, and Enemy were brought on, with pretty big shoes to fill. Mocket was coming off group exits at the Paris Major and DreamHack Montreal with a so-so Season 8 record. Jess came in as head analyst and coach later on, but Penta only found 1 win in the second half of the season. Penta wouldn't be able to escape their past at DreamHack Winter, thrown into groups with G2. The teams met in a fun but intense final, with Penta guaranteed an SI spot regardless. G2 ultimately lifted the trophy, but Pengu had high praises for his old org's new crew.
But for Penta, looking really strong. Potential second best team in Europe right now, maybe. Unless there's 2 G2s, but there's only 1 right now.
They'd settle for 3rd place in the first half of EUPL, ready to break free in Group D at SI. But a stunning loss in the Group D decider left Penta in the stands come playoff time. Penta fans watched Fabian and Pengu lift the hammer again, this time in G2 kits. While they'd finished 4th in Season 9, things began to slide with poor showings in Vegas, Valencia, and at the French League finals. But Season 10 was tough. 7th place put them in relegations, and Forze put them in the Challenger League. A year after selling the world champions, Penta was in Tier 2 and out of the pilot program. By Season 11, Penta had gone from an EU mixed squad to an all-French team. 1 point kept Penta away from Tier 1, but despite the setback, Penta still had faith in its family.
Do you know what means esports for us? It doesn't mean to drop the team, it doesn't mean to give up.
What do you expect from Penta? Pro players? No. We are a family.
Penta improved greatly and looked like a relegations lock heading into the EUCL playoffs. But a semis upset by Covana left Penta sentenced to another year of Challenger League. Penta chose business over family this time and bid adieu to the Frenchmen. Now one of R6's original titans has a chance to start fresh in Rainbow Six yet again. With plenty of Tier 1 options, only time will tell if Penta can find new glory.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now time for an interview. Coming off a hot victory at the North American mini-major for Stage 2 is none other than Matthew Achieve Solomon of TSM. How are you doing today? Thank you for taking the interview. Thank you for talking to me. How's life?
Life is good, you know. Just came off a dub like you said, so I mean, I can't really say anything else, but you know, just taking some time off right now after the mini-major, resetting, and yeah. Just chilling. Yeah,
how have you guys been doing with, I guess, the structure of the league? Obviously, a lot of changes coming over from last year to this year, and there's a lot more, I guess, scheduled off time than there used to be under ESL. What's that been like for you guys, just trying to plan around that and try and make sure that you're focusing on taking some off time?
The schedule of the league it's pretty good, I think. I just think that, you know, we play the same team constantly right now, and I don't really think it's, you know, like the league, but it's just because the top 4 teams keep placing like top 4 in like the majors and stuff like that. So we kind of play like the same teams like over and over again, which is understandable. But before, like in ESL, like when ESL was here, we never really like made like top 2 consistently and stuff like that. So we never got to like, you know, go to these like majors and stuff. So like that's pretty cool. And with us going to like these majors and stuff, we actually have like a lot less off time than before. So yeah, but I like the schedule overall. I like the format too. I think it's really good, and I think when LANs actually come back around too, I think the format will like really show like how good it is like then, especially.
Well, speaking of LAN, you guys were in the privileged position to be able to actually play this mini major on LAN. How was that? How was that getting back in and, you know, feeling not 70 ping all the time?
Yeah, no, it definitely felt really good playing the game on LAN again. You know, the last LAN that anyone's ever played at was SI, you know, the biggest event of the year, and then and we placed 3rd at you know, and right after that, you know, everything kind of blew up, and then no LANs. But like, I don't know, being like the first LAN back on Siege too, for like this major was like really cool. I'm glad like we got to play at it. Because like just playing on LAN again was like really incredible. Obviously it's not like the same environment as like it usually is when you play at LAN. We were in a room and we just played. We never really seen the players and stuff, which is really good, you know, all things considered. So it wasn't like the complete same environment, but being able to play on LAN with like no ping and no latency and stuff like that was like really cool. So
yeah, I'm sure it's you hear a lot of traditional sports athletes talking about the difference in the environment right now too. You know, there's no fans in the audience, there's no momentum in the crowd. You can't feel that surge when a big play happens. So it's a different environment. I can only imagine. Speaking of, actually, you guys in this mini major, you head in against SSG, and there's an interesting parallel to the last LAN that was played, at least for North America, which was SI20, where they went in, down a map, and were able to come back. You guys, same situation against SSG, down a map, and you win 3 in a row. Was there any kind of, I guess, hesitance or flashbacks kind of back to 6 Invitational when you see that kind of matchup and that kind of scoreline heading in?
No, to be honest, we all believe that we should have won, you know, our match against them in winners finals at SI. So like we all have like insane, you know, like really big confidence, you know, like no matter who we play, we're gonna think we're the best. We're gonna think we're gonna win. We knew that like even at SI, like we lost because like they played better, and we had like quite a bit of mistakes. Even the first time we played them in the major, you know, we were really confident going into that because before that we beat them in Pro League, and then we beat them in we also beat them in the major before that. So I would say SSG is one of the teams that like we don't play. We probably play them the least out of any other top 4 team in NA. But every time we play them, like it's a really good game. But we knew even after we lost to them the first time this major, when we lost 0-2, we knew that if we like, because we had like a game plan going in, and we did not play to our game plan at all. Like we did not play how we wanted to at all. So when we went into the finals, we knew that, you know, hey, like if we play our game, like we're gonna win this, like for sure. Like no doing what we did last time when we played these guys. Like we played scared, stuff like that. Just play our game, play how we want to. Also, like we knew that we were down 0-1, and the first map was Clubhouse. We VOD reviewed our Clubhouse like the night beforehand, made a few changes, stuff like that. Went back to some of our old stuff, and we came out on Clubhouse swinging. And then after we won Clubhouse, I knew that we would take the series because, you know, they had a really good opportunity to go up like 2-0 against us because the 1-0 lead, and then Clubhouse is like their best map.
All right, and I guess finish it off with an easy one for you. You guys already have your spot for SI locked up, obviously. Last year, 3rd place, actually. Very, very high standing. You're gonna look to win. Everyone wants to win SI. But with the new, I guess, the point format and 20 teams instead of 16, again, depending on what kind of COVID allowances we get through all of this, is there anything specifically about this new re-envisioned SI that really excites you?
I mean, I think the 20 teams is like really big, to be honest with you. I actually like that a lot. More teams coming to the event is like just better, more competition, stuff like that, more games for the fans, stuff like that. Maybe potentially more storylines too. But I mean, I guess we really haven't heard anything from SI in terms of like prize pool and stuff like that. But obviously, you know, the prize pool was pretty high last year. Maybe they'll make it higher. But just winning, you know, SI, the World Championship would be awesome. That's our main goal. You know, that was the last international event that Siege had. So hopefully they're able to, you know, pull this together, and, you know, with everything going on in the world, hopefully they're able to do it, because that would be awesome. Being able to play like another international LAN would be incredible. So especially at SI, you know, the World Championship. So yeah.
Just to hope this is a fun conversation, at least for you. And I want to thank you again for just being so open and talking about everything so in depth. That it means a lot, and I'm sure there's a couple other people out there that are feeling the same way. So thank you, brother. Hope all is well, and anything you want to finish off with to the fans and the people supporting you.
Thank you, Flynn, for the interview. Appreciate it. Thank you, Watch Retake, also for having me on. And once again, thank you to all the fans, supporters for supporting us.
We've got an All-American six-pack to crack open, so let's get to it. First up, we've got Fultz with one of his many aces on the weekend. After losing their own map pick in a slugfest with Dark Zero, SSG needed some fuel on Cafe. Fultz blasts off on match point, taking off Houghton's head with a quick shot from Cigar to Cocktail. Eclipse has a killer angle on him from behind the shield, but one dodging drone makes him panic and Fultz gets an easy frag. Fast forward and Mint in his Goyo shield is the dam holding SSG back. A lucky dodge and a little teamwork from Rampy is all it takes to let Fultz make a filthy peek on Mint and then bag the rest of Dark Zero.
We'll have the objective played down pat. Hyper in a bad spot as he'll have to reload that Alda. Fourth kill from Fultz. All he needs is one more. The ace puts an exclamation mark on that round.
Thinking Nade was coming up huge in the majors, let's break down one of his best clutches. Hiding behind the weight rack, he lights up Achieved and then dusts him with a C4 to open up the kill feed. He doesn't stay long though, sneaking right by with the man advantage as Merc tries to hunt him down. Fast forward and Nade's backed into the church bar corner with no jammer behind him to keep TSM out. Of course, Merc capitalizes on this as TSM tear into the basement and trap Nade in the kill box. But Nade swings on him, blasting Merc with the shoddy as the wall pops open and all hell breaks loose.
Impact tricked successfully, that's the question. Down goes Fultz. Merc is great, but thinking Nade has his shotgun out. One is prepared and ready. He finds another, turns around, 3 kills, looking for a fourth. He'll get it. Line him up, knock him down, thinking Nade wins the round for his team. Upstairs, downstairs, it doesn't matter what part of the map, it's all his.
Gotta give it to Vertical here. The next clip is one of the most 200 IQ plays from the major. What's crazy is it almost ended before it could even begin. Mint sprays up Vertical twice through the wall, but he dodges around and keeps himself alive for later. Vert makes himself a nuisance on the top floor as Dark Zero try and flush him out. Mint tracks him as Jackal, but Vert escapes to the basement and wraps to yellow stairs. That's when Dark Zero explode onto site and start planting, almost securing the round. Keyword, almost. Vertical creeps up the stairs, and the timing couldn't be better for OXG.
Plant should go down. The only question is, are they watching the piano flag? No, he just gotta wait this out. This is so perfect from Vert. The trigger discipline is amazing, just runs away. Nitro Cell as well, pops that for another kill. It's the clutch from Vert as Skies has the wrong info. He's chasing him the wrong way. Oxygen steal that round right out of the hands of Dark Zero.
As long as Bolo's alive, he's always a threat on the server. With the round timer winding down, 4 Dark Zero players had an iron grip on the front lobby and were picking off attackers one by one. Meanwhile, Bolo and Eclipse start trading bullets from in and outside the building, but neither can hit the kill shot as Eclipse ducks away at the last second. A little pixel is all it takes for Bolo to wallbang Eclipse through the desk before swinging on Skies in the showers. A sweet angle nets him his 3rd kill of the round as he swings to spiral stairs and burns through ammo. 1 in the chamber, 1 defender remaining. You know how this ends.
HP for Bolo as he's on Overwatch, but missed positions here for Dark Zero. Bolo gets one, he pre-fires the other angle. They have drones inside of bench, and Bolo can do it! That's exactly what we expect out of this man. TSM pick up their first round on offense.
I'm sure those were some of the last bullets in his magazine too, if not the last bullets themselves. So really good stuff from Bolo there.
Let's go back to Fultz, who was having himself a killer match in the opener against Dark Zero. Fultz hit 13 kills on the way back from a 1-6 deficit, so why not 5 more to boot? As Rampy gets pushed on the main stairs, Fultz domes Hyper to save his life and open things up. Luck was really on his side here. Instead of pushing while Fultz makes a risky revive, Mint fires off an Ash charge and gets punished for it. Then he tiptoes through the top floor and around a huge nade from Skies that evens things up. With Canadian and Thinking Nade down, it's all on Fultz to keep Dark Zero from map and series point.
Finished off by Hot and Cold. He breaks his goose egg. Fultz takes out Sky, so it's a 1v1. Trying to finish off. Hot and Cold will need to pop up. Fultz doesn't see him, but he gets the clutch. We're going to overtime with a huge 4K. Are you going to get it? Seal the deal? There's the ace for Fultz. Another one, his second ace of the day.
Let's wrap things up with an Achieve clutch that helped put another nail into SSG's coffin. He snags the first kill of the round onto Thinking Nade with a nade of his own. As Merc, Chala, and Geo all get picked off, Achieve swings onto Fultz at the long desk to keep things close. Up against the Clash in a 1v2 is usually a death sentence, but Merc still has one nade left.
He might be able to get the Clash with the nade. It might happen. There it is, the down. Beautiful play from Achieve. He gets his third kill. Now in a 1 versus Rampy. He's going to have to push up spiral stairs. He's committed to that now with 15 seconds left. Achieve does not have a lot of options, and he doesn't know where his opponent is pushing up from. This is all Rampy all the time. Achieve is going to try and stick the plant, and he'll get it down. In post-plant, he flicks up, sees his opponent, lands the shot! Incredible! Achieved in the 1v1.
That's that for this six-pack. Hit us up on Twitter at @WatchRetake to let us know what you think of the best play of the major was.
All right, so we're flipping the script here on statistics with a new take on the segment. So before we would just, give you some statistics, but we have Flynn here. So we thought, let's just talk about these stats because the NA Major, we saw a lot of great performances. So I think the first one we should really talk about, of course, is TSM. They are the victors of the NA Major. Is there a particular player you feel really stood out in TSM?
I think a lot of eyes are on Chala, honestly, after his performance. Hey, smoke main to smoke main. I got to give him some respect.
Okay. You're biased here.
Yeah, a little bit. It's, I don't know, just like professional courtesy, a little bit of respect from one another. But yeah, no, man showed out, and honestly, that seemed like it was almost a difference maker between that and SSG, especially in the finals. But Chala all weekend, honestly, incredible playmaking ability, especially from that back end roll.
Right. There's some impressive stats here we got. So Chala actually, he led TSM in rating. KD was the only member with a positive entry frag as well. So that's really impressive. He led the major with 5 clutches, 74% cost. There's just so much stats, okay? There's +8 entry, 4th overall rated player at the event. Do you think, I don't know if MVP was announced for the NA Major. I'm not sure if that was announced yet, but everyone was talking about how Chala is probably the best pick for MVP. Do you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah, I'd say honestly it fits honestly with the level of performance that Chala was putting out there. I think it definitely was an MVP type performance, especially just, not to bash on Chala, but like smoke mains in general. Like, we don't get this kind of celebrity all that often. We don't get this kind of glory when it comes to the stats,
Right.
We have our role, we have our job, and we have our objectives that we need to accomplish. But I mean, Chala at the same time, able to accomplish a hell of a lot more. And like you said, being positive on entry kills, having a lot of entry engagements in general as a support player is not something you want, but winning them is a very good thing. So you take what you get.
Totally. I think the storyline behind Chala too is interesting, that he was dropped from SSG.
Yes.
Was it after Raleigh, right?
Yes.
And if there's, the revenge story. Do you think those storylines, do players actually think about those things coming into the finals match against your former team? Like, how much does that actually fuel you?
I would say it would give you something new to think about, I guess. It's just a new way to frame the approach. Like, I've played against former teammates in games before, or former coaches, and it doesn't occupy your whole mind, at least for me anyway. It could be different for Chala. I don't really
He's just really revengeful.
Yeah.
He's just a really spiteful kind of person.
No, Chala's a sweetheart. I love Brady. But when it comes to playing against your former teammates or former colleagues or something, it's just another thing to keep in the back of your mind, that they kind of understand how you play, you understand how they play. It's a different kind of relationship than heading in a little more blind against a team that you maybe haven't played in a while.
But once again, NA Major, super hype. Congrats to TSM, of course, for winning it. And thank you to our friends at CGG for some of these great stats. It's 6 Post. roasting time. So this is where we share all the lovely things the community has been sharing on social media, and then we'll give our reactions to them. It's pretty simple. So for the very first one, we actually have a tweet from Pro Bosco. He took to Twitter to show off a perk he got from attending the NA Major. So let's take a look at it. He said, "Thank you, R6 Esports NA, for the dope care package. The sriracha popcorn is fire."
Oh yeah.
So I guess they're sending out care packages to the pros. They did that last time
too, yeah.
This is really cool. Obviously, it's just nice to see, you know, they're taking care of the players, giving them something nice. People love free stuff, right? I'm assuming you didn't get one.
No.
No.
No, that's for people who win games.
You have no skills and you're a loser!
If you really look at the picture in the back, did you notice they gave them like Korean face masks?
No.
So, I swear, okay, someone zoom in, because they're like giving them face care stuff. And I'm just wondering, oh, I guess the pros care about their skin too.
I guess.
Like, can you imagine before a big match, like, you know, taking a moment, putting on the facial mask, cucumbers?
We know that everyone loves the new update to Tachanka, and of course you all can experience it now live on the new servers.
Yes.
And thanks to YouTuber Tachanka himself.
Oh, Tachanka has a YouTube.
Apparently he does, and he's shown us exactly how we need to celebrate the new rework of Tachanka.
Yeah, I think that goes on for a while, so...
Yeah, the full video, it's about a minute long. You can head online if you want to watch the rest.
Yeah, you can loop it. All right, so next up, we have a video from the lovely Captain Fluke. Not only is she a talented caster, it turns out she's actually got some mad music skills. So let's take a look at the video. Interesting use of the banner. Do you have any musical skills?
No, not at all. So Parker's been getting back into playing guitar.
Yeah.
And I used to actually play guitar when I was a kid, and I was not very good. Again, small hands, they don't help. But, you know, I tried, and I guess Parker's gonna try and convince me to get back into it.
I just want to say that the takeaway from this episode is Flynn has small hands.
I do have small hands.
That's for some reason looping in my mind.
It keeps coming back around,
man.
I
Put
mean,
those hands away.
Listen.
Put those pins away.
It's just tiny and fits right in. Fits right in.
That's it for this episode of Retake. Thank you so much for joining us. We love having you here.
Absolutely.
And you guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to follow us on our socials at Watch Retake and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put the full episodes on there so you can watch it again and again, and you can replay that Flynn moment again and again, and for footage of his hands, okay? So you gotta subscribe. We'll catch you again next week. We'll see you. Bye.